And here we are again for another wonderful episode of Fae Inc. I'm the bot with many names, and with me are, as always, my wonderful players. And I don't know why I'm always quoting Bentley Mulligan, maybe because he absolutely influenced me, and I don't know how to introduce people otherwise. Uh, yeah, this happens every time I see somebody I don't know. I just go full on Bentley Mulligan at work. It's a problem. With me are our wonderful interns. So I'd say we go around the block and see who we have here. Julie, do you want to start?
Yes, I know things. Hello, my name is Jilly. You can find me at Oh Look It's Jilly most places on the internet, and today I will be playing your fairy Order of Astromancy healthcare intern. Essentially, I work for Dracul Insurance. Um, and well, I guess we're gonna recap, so I shouldn't say where we were at last time. But Andy is here, and it's against her better judgment, but she's doing her best, as am I.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Evie, how are you doing?
I have unmuted myself, so we're good. I'm Evie, she, her, and I'm playing Celeste, she, they. Nope, she, her. I don't remember. Give me whatever pronouns you want, I guess. We're having that kind of day. It has been very fun, and I'm super excited for this session where we get to continue to not have the consequences of our own actions come down on ourselves. We are going to dodge them some more.
About my all right. Ignoring the looming shadow behind me.
That's really good. Very thematic.
The consequences of our actions. We
Yes.
were talking about those. Now we have looming shadows. It's perfect.
Yes.
Emma, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello, I'm Emma. I'm here playing Ariel, he, they, a glamour bard, social media intern, social media influencer who was feeling cautiously optimistic for a fair portion of last episode. That then changed drastically, but that's a different story. The story we're in right now, actually, it's the same story. And I also am excited to not experience any consequences from our actions at all.
Players are so cute before they grow up. Uri, as a fellow DM, I believe you can tell me I'm right.
I'm a grown up. Yeah, we definitely consequences for, I'm gonna say, inactions. Hi, I'm Irby. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Mousy, the little stressed out, timid, exhausted cleric who definitely regrets not using silence more often. So consequences of my inaction.
Yeah. As a good friend of mine just said a few weeks ago, sometimes you're gonna have the conses. Sometimes the conses gonna do the quences. Sometimes you're gonna get the quences for your conses. Yeah. What happened last week? Anybody wanna share some experiences?
The biggest thing I remember, and it's honestly probably not even the most important thing, is that Celeste did drugs. That's not even about my character. I sat there quietly.
Thank you for reminding me that I am paranoid and must continue to conduct myself as such appropriately. I had forgotten.
On my notes, I have written down as a quote, I paranoided my way to conclusions from you for what that's worth. So that's the thing that happened. Yeah, I believe it was pixie dust, quote unquote.
No,
Yeah, you know,
it's
that's fine.
actually called pixie dust in this world. Your corporation straight up calls itself cocaine.
But yeah, we're on television. We're on live television. This was a smart move that will have no problems. We're currently, pardon me while I flip through all of my notes. We're currently on Glitz and Glam's 24-hour 24-hour television broadcast. That sounds so tiring. We've
Yeah,
seen the proof that it is.
Yeah, we learned a lot about our host, actually. I didn't write their name down. I should have always written their name down. Sprite?
Okay, you're muted.
Puck. It was Puck.
Puck.
Yeah,
Thank
but we
you.
got his true name.
Which
And
got
it
said
was
by an
Robin
entire
Goodfellow.
crowd of people,
Yeah.
which was
Robin
terrifying.
Goodfellow. If we're going by Shakespeare canon, then it's Robin Goodfellow.
But we found out that he's there to entertain the king who's missing, King Oberon, and he can never leave, and he is actually a trickster spirit, and something's gonna, like, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Everyone else kind of fell for his sob story a little bit. I don't. But yeah, he's a sad fellow.
We had people saying please and thank you at the television studios, which should be comforting and is instead deeply concerning.
Didn't we find out that was because of his human aura-ness or something like that? It's because he's human, and so as a consequence, there's no Fae magic here. I thought it was because of their ID cards, and I
I
stole
thought it
one.
was the ID card.
I stole one.
I thought it had something to do with like being family and blood pact, corporate contracty. We're all family here, Olive Garden bullshit.
I think that's something that we had kind of thought it might be, but I thought that after we had our break with Puck and found a bunch of information out, it's because Puck's human.
I think it may be potentially.
I was gonna say, why not
because we know it's true for Puck, but we also know it's true for the larger circle of employees.
Mhm.
And yeah, our tally of missing archfey continued to grow, a fact which is generally concerning.
Yeah, I hate that.
What's the importance of being earnest? One missing archfey could be a mistake. Two is carelessness.
Who is it? Yeah. Lady.
What happens
I'm
when
butchering
the
the
third
quote,
goes away?
Then we're in really big trouble.
Yeah, because let's
Are we
recount
not on third?
the
There are
the
three gone.
Yeah, we got Titania
Lady
still
Lorona.
around.
Titania died. Well, so we first found out about Lady Lorona.
Yeah, La Llorona is gone somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found out from Puck that King Oberon hasn't been seen.
But that's like general knowledge.
That's common knowledge, yeah.
King Oberon hasn't been seen for a few hundred years.
Oh, right, that was knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Titania's dead.
But
Not Titania's
also,
dead.
we have the theory with Coyote, since they were baby puppy.
I got paranoid and was like, what if Coyote did die and that was the reincarnation of Coyote?
Yes, so we should put an asterisk
On Coyote.
on Coyote as a potential fourth.
But we should also not start going around telling people that Coyote is dead. I want to be clear on this.
No,
point,
no.
because I
But
feel
that's
like
why
that is a whole
asterisk.
host of other problems we would create.
Coyote seems to be
isn't
having more
dead.
fun than anyone.
Coyote isn't dead. Coyote is killed and then immediately reincarnated, which is probably worse.
Dude,
I think
okay.
maybe it was a life-sucking situation. Maybe Coyote didn't actually die. He just got all of his happy juices, and now he's baby.
I cannot process those series of words at this time,
I can't process.
but I do want to give a bit.
Half of the crew here, by the way, is high on cold medicine. So if we get some very interesting theories today, party people, you know why. Don't do drugs unless your doctor tells you to.
It's okay. I'm getting the good stuff. I'm getting the antibiotics later. Take medicines as prescribed by your doctor. I have been prescribed antibiotics. So,
and yes, Titania does seem very dead. That is also
Yes.
that is a thing. That's a thing that happened. Is happening, happened.
I'm very preoccupied by the puppy, which may just be the cold medicine talking. But there's nothing there. There's nothing further down that road.
We all just walk off the stage to go to catch Coyote again.
Gotta go.
Time.
Hit the bricks, you can leave.
I mean, I think what Andy said before they showed the picture of Titania, because we were asked whether we felt that the hashtag could be responsible for things, was that people tend to take messages and try to fit them to their own narratives, which I think is what she just said before the picture of Titania appeared, which she will then say. I think go, please talk. Someone else talk. Save me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So because of the state Celeste is in, the moment that Celeste saw that, the moment that Celeste saw that, Celeste was like, "What is this? Is this a trick? Oh, this got to be a trick." And so out loud, while everybody else is in shock, Celeste is going to attempt to say, "That's not Titania, is it?" I don't know if I'm allowed to lie, so I don't know if it's a lie.
Do
But
you
like, that's
believe
what I'm
it
gonna
to
say.
be a lie?
Huh?
Do you personally believe it to be a lie?
I think they're tricking us. That's not Titania.
The crowd was quiet. And after a second, a murmuring starts, and it sounds like a wave crashing against the shore. Because a lot of people are absolutely shocked by this, because like Titania is one of the big figureheads of the Feywild, and actually you look at Puck sitting there. Puck is sitting there like this. You think that's not Titania? Yeah, totally. Why do you think that? It's like trying to save face, but you can see something inside of him is working.
Andy actively moves her chair several inches away from Celeste to disassociate herself from the plan.
You just move your chair into me because I'm sitting on the other
Yep,
side.
correct. Absolutely.
I think that Celeste goes, "Well, somebody must be tricking you as well then. Unless you're in on this." I'm going to try and read him because I know tricksters and I've realized he's a trickster. So I want to try and see.
Give me an insight check.
Ah, fuck. 7.
I rolled a 1. And I, as the DM, chose my words very carefully. You see it working inside of his mind. But he doesn't seem to be surprised. It's more like somebody who's like kicked the turbo load on his car and is now waiting for the right moment to just turn the steering wheel to get the curve and get to where they want to go.
So I look at him and I go, "You are."
I am what?
I'm going to turn to the audience and I'm going to start like talking to the audience now. I'm off on my paranoia. Please somebody stop me.
I'm sorry, I'm several inches away. I'm no longer associated with this.
Did not prepare silence because we're going on a TV show. Like why would you have to talk? That's what TV shows are for.
I don't have silence as a spell. My whole thing is being heard.
Right.
I'm a wizard.
Is there would I be able to because that's what we do. We cast things. That's all I know. Calm emotions. Would that in any way be able to help with? Because it's for like charmed and frightened. But would it be able to potentially help paranoia? It's a
I would
job.
say it would help, but it
That's
could
what I mean.
also do something else. Because
Okay.
if you ever like had the pleasure with somebody on drugs, sometimes the mood is very flippity floppity.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I failed. What do I roll?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Cool, I
And
rolled a
you
6.
can choose to fail it as well.
I rolled a 6. Well, I don't know you're
There you
casting
go,
it on me,
yeah.
so I don't think that I would know, and my natural response would be to try to
Paranoid,
resist,
like,
and I
"Wah!"
But everybody can see.
Mhm.
So just Celeste, just to paint a picture, okay? You just cracked the conspiracy, and one of your closest friends, as a reaction, starts to do some magic shit to you.
That's okay. I'm okay now. I am calmed.
Mousy
I-
is Andromeda is going to stand up on her tiny chair and say, "It's okay. Mousy is a first responder who deals with elevated situations. This is de-escalation. This is de-escalation of very tense situations. Now we can all talk about this more calmly. I know we all want to get to the truth." And I think that Andy gives like Celeste probably like a look.
I think Celeste has like she was doing the like turn to like look at everybody and be like, I'm gonna tell you a thing. And then as she did, she kind of like took a breath and then
Okay.
kind of sat back a little bit.
So, big reveal, spells hitting the stage. What is happening here, everybody? What? I mean, I wasn't prepared for that picture. Let me tell you, I wasn't prepared for that picture. I believe none of us was prepared for that picture. But what just happened?
I think that Celeste's concern is that sometimes when heartbreaking and or troubling news like the potential death of such a beloved figure as Titania is kind of plastered up like that without any warning, Celeste's just worried that perhaps all the facts are that it is, as we know, Puck, it is so easy in this day and age to manipulate photos and cause complete chaos with them. I mean, I know that those among us who work for social media can attest to the fact that we shouldn't believe everything that we see. And I know that I, as well as my friends, are looking forward to finding out what truthfully happened here. And all of that is true.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. That is a very good point. Still, I was a bit confused. I'm in on this. Like, Celeste, you're calm now. And I'm really happy for you that you are not as stressed anymore. But what was it that you wanted to say? Would you like to share it with the audience?
What would be the point in portraying this information with such a sensationalizing picture if it wasn't in an attempt to specifically achieve a very dramatic response? You are crafting this for the purposes of a narrative that you have in mind. I don't think that that's a narrative that is necessarily at the benefit of anybody else in the city, considering that you are going to use the potential death of one of our biggest, most beloved archfey for views.
My dear audience, and you turn to the audience, wouldn't you have wanted to know as soon as possible? I
Sure,
just
we
got the
want to
news
know.
in. And to
Why
be
would you
honest,
show us the
I'm the host
worst
of
of
the show, but
images?
I have no control about what happens here.
Oh, so you have no power here.
Literally, the whole Feywild knows my true name.
That doesn't mean you have no power.
Andy's gonna take out her phone and start flipping through pixie dust and say, Did you know that Oberon was caught making out with the Little Mermaid last week at a club? Did you know that oh, well, I can't say that on TV. Did you
No, you can't say it. We're just gonna beep it out.
Well, all of these things that are on the internet are not true, right? It's your responsibility to bring the truth to people. Entertainment, yes, but with power comes great responsibility.
And that's why I used great sources, the correct knowledge, and used this picture right from the police database. I sent it
Has
over.
there been an official announcement and a statement?
It's should be on the website. Takes out his own phone. Now, we did get around 20 seconds beforehand.
Do you think that that's responsible, doing that before it's ready to be announced?
Telling everybody as soon as I got the information, because people deserve to know.
Do they deserve to know, or do they deserve to be told in a way that isn't harmful to them?
You know that the truth is important.
Of course, that's what we're talking about.
So you rather not wanted them to know as fast as possible. And you hear the murmuring in the audience getting louder.
No, I would rather that you tell them in a way that acknowledges the weight of what is happening and the great harm that could come by spreading misinformation about who is responsible.
Are you telling me that I'm lying?
I don't think that was in anything that I just said.
You said I was spreading misinformation.
I think you're attempting to set up a narrative that is not accurate.
Which one?
Who do you think did this?
I don't know. But I'm trying to find out. We are all over here sitting in together trying to find out, because it was, after all, a hashtag inspired by your hashtag. So at least we can go from that. So we might know that people who are actively following your hashtag might be in on it. So we know that people that we have the social media in on it. People leave like traces, they leave their marks, they leave their location when they use it. And you can't tell me that whoever got this picture out of the database and posted this with this hashtag doesn't have a phone on them.
So you think that I'm confused about how you think we can elaborate on this. Yes, I mean, I agree with you that these people certainly have phones, but
Wait a
I
second.
think
You said that you got this image released to you straight from the police database. And yet this image is on social media.
It is
And
our
that
social media.
is how it got posted out there. And yet you said that the person who took this picture and posted it to social media is the person who is running around with the hashtag inspired by ours doing this kind of harm.
It's not my phone. You can check.
But you are claiming responsibility and yet saying it is somebody else who is responsible.
What I'm saying is, we got the picture. Somebody uploaded it from us. Look.
Oh, so you have a mole.
Huh?
You have a mole. You have somebody on your inside working against you because somebody took it from you.
Well, I didn't post it. Our social media team didn't post it. Seems
So you have
like
a problem in your own house. Okay.
Well, that's interesting actually, because now we can start looking at the possibilities for people within your organization who have a vested interest in taking away your exclusivity.
Right.
But that's a separate crime from the one presumably committed earlier and discovered by the police. Unless you have a reason to believe that those two crimes are connected.
I don't have a reason to believe that. Do you have a reason to believe that? And he looks straight at the most paranoid person in the room.
Can I try with my newfound intelligence to see if I can suss out the trick that this trickster in front of me is attempting to pull off? If I can get a hint, like just a lead
Totally.
on what this is, what should I roll for something like that?
Investigation?
Okay.
May I also, at the same time, I think Ariel, who's been nodding along, trying to back up specifically the aspect of things on social media can be very easily messed with, is going to start trying to, we're on live TV, but also there's a lot going on, is going to try to pull up that police report that just released. I want to see what that says.
It's simply a tweet on social media that, as shown on Glitz and Glam, it is true the Archfey of Summer, our butterfly queen, Mistress Titania, is in fact found dead. We are looking for a suspect.
Huh. I don't like the fact that prefaced with as shown on Glitz and Glam at all.
Yeah. I rolled a 17.
I mean, I, as the DM, wearing these. Look, doesn't have these.
Right.
And with a 17, I mean, people count him as a Fae, sometimes even as an Archfey, because he's still a very powerful trickster. But technically, Puck is a human-ish. And if people can say please and thank you, Puck could be lying.
Well, yeah.
But that's
I
weird.
figured that much already, that he probably can lie. I'm just trying to figure out what his angle might be headed towards. Like, there's a sense that he might be trying to get out of this situation with Oberon. Maybe is he trying to get all the Archfey killed so that his contract will be nullified if Oberon dies? Like, is that a thing is that how that would work? If this Oberon dies, would his contract?
I had a nat 1 on the inside, and 17 isn't bad on investigation.
Okay.
You I'm wearing a bit of a more like fitting funeral makeup, but Puck's makeup is fucking colorful. Glitter everywhere, like these big shapes, and you look at it, and your brain on full-on drugs is working and working. It looks like a butterfly. And everybody says that Puck is the servant of King Oberon, but what if that wasn't true? What if he just had to do it for Oberon? But what if you get the feeling that something in Puck's eyes changed the moment he saw this picture come up, because you saw he's waiting for the right moment to just turn the car over, and in his eyes isn't like the panic of a showman that's trying to save the show. It's not the spite of an entertainer who's like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna rip these people into shreds. There's a tiny glint of fucking madness in his eyes.
Okay. I would like to then, with what was taught to me by, I guess both of you taught me social media. right? So I would like to then pull out my phone and maybe sip it surreptitiously, see if I can't put a suggestion into the bots. Like there's an army of bots that are doing stuff for us online with the city site thing, and I want to see if I can't put a suggestion in there to get people to see if they can unravel a puzzle within a puzzle of, can somebody who is contracted and bound to an archfey pose as if they are bound to another archfey on the first archfey's behalf to then be as if they are working for the second archfey in some sort of double back? And like, in that regard, would they actually be bound to the second archfey then? Or would it only be a part of the extension of the binding from the first archfey? And like, I want to try and get this like bizarre puzzle shit going inside of City Site and see if I can't crowdsource a little bit of information about, is there an instance you've known this to happen? Because now I'm suspicious
I
about
believe you're
Puck.
still using whose bots? Ariel's?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know if it's both of them or if it is
Whose bots do you
specifically
want to use?
Ariel's.
Melcy's or Ariel's?
Do they do different things?
And they would get you
th-
different informations because they have different specialties.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're kind of at opposite ends of the Ariel's social media firm is the one that causes the problems, and Mousie's social media firm is the one that makes the problems that Ariel's social media firm caused go away. So instigator and solver, as it were.
Wow, I have to assume that this is manifest, like, having been around friends who are on kind of a very weird drug high, I think that this probably has to be like all of a sudden Celeste just starts going like this. And
No, I tried to do it a little surreptitiously. It's more like Celeste went,
great. That's even less obvious.
Yeah, a little bit surreptitiously. Not very. I can roll sleight of hand. I would give myself disadvantage because I have very good sleight of hand, and I think that being high, I'm not going to be very good at that.
I mean,
but,
everybody's on their fucking phones right now, so you wouldn't
Uh-huh.
even roll with disadvantage. Everybody's like
Oh,
checking
okay.
what's going on.
That's fair.
But
I'm
I'm trying to keep up the conversation as
Yeah.
it lags, is my point.
Yes, absolutely. But I think that I will
Trying to cover.
use Ariel
Okay, Ariel, I would
because
love
I
to see a
think that
performance check from your bots. Using your
pulling
stats.
information out is more of that side.
Sure thing. Let's performance check. Yeah, why not? I'm going to use a luck point on that. I'm going to use a second luck point on that. There we go. That's better. That's a dirty 20. That's a dirty 20. I have them. I might as well use them. Famously, I forget to use resources, and I'm very happy to use them for this. So that's a dirty 20 performance.
Okay.
Unless I have misread my stats, which I don't think I have.
Okay, and Andy, you want to keep the conversation with Puck going, so he doesn't focus on what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's like clearly Celeste has floated off elsewhere, metaphorically, if not literally. But I think I'm gonna keep trying to get Puck to speculate and like commit to things. So I'm doing the annoying thing where I'm just like, and what do you think that means?
And what do you think that means? Because he's trying the same at you. I would say
Right,
that's
so
an opposed persuasion check.
Oh, great. I'm certain that I, a wizard, can beat the trickster.
Unless
in
you want to give me
charisma.
something else.
I mean, I do want to give you something else, but I mean, here my only like theory about this is, can I make it something that is int based because I'm trying to outthink the
Like
trickster.
debate team.
Yeah.
blinding Fae legalese, weird loopholes type moments.
Yeah, well, because I did I mean, I think canonically, Andy has spent a lot of time trying to talk people in circles, right? In order to get out of stuff. Like, that is Andy's default. I'm trying to open the correct character sheet because I have my Andromeda.
Ariel is also going to, in the midst of this chaos, I think a thought occurs of having just had my phone out. We had the like halftime of the interview. Did we agree to a concluding time for this interview? And if
No.
like, what is our time slot? We did not. Just shit.
I mean, I'm not supposed to be here, period.
There was a tiny wonderful phrase in the contract was like, from this to that, but if there's like a peak in audience, it might be that you're asked to stay longer.
Got it.
Okay.
Well, this definitely has a peak in audience.
I would like to make a case for either history, because I'm trying to bring in like precedent to be like, well, let's look at this, or investigation, or I think this is a lesser number, so I shouldn't really argue for this, but I think it would be funny if it was survival.
I mean,
it's a way lower number, so it's very stupid of me to play that, but I think it's very funny.
If you want to use history,
yeah,
the DC is horrendously high because Puck lived for way longer than you did.
I mean, but I'm a wizard. Like, that's my thing.
And you're trying to outcat the cat. Like, this is how Puck works too. Survival, on the other hand, the DC would be okay, but you're not trying to like, you wouldn't get information out if you succeed. You would just keep him talking.
Sure. I'm gonna try for history because I know that I won't get anything, but I want to try to get something like,
okay,
useful.
So you're going, but I'm still going with Puck's persuasion.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna lose, but I'm trying to buy time here, so that's fine.
Do you still have a bardic from me or no?
I believe
I have it written down. I didn't.
Now.
Got it.
It's 10 minutes though.
Because we've definitely. I figure we've probably gone past that time-wise. If I would be able to give another bardic, I would love to, but if not, that is fine.
I mean, realistically, I have a cap on what I could achieve here anyway, because Puck's charisma's got to be high.
Iron didn't roll that well. You need to meet or beat a 27.
I mean, as the prophecy foretold. I mean, I rolled a 19, which is decent for me. But it's not gonna happen.
You don't have a +8?
I mean, I don't, but it wouldn't matter because it was 13 plus my modifier.
Oh, okay. So you didn't roll a 19, you got a 19.
But I couldn't have beat it anyway. Either like it was not
that 20 always beats. Never say no to a roll. You can't. The worst thing that could happen is a net 1.
Well, consistently, because I played D&D right before this, and consistently I was rolling 12s and 13s, and so that trend has now continued into this game. So,
hey, at least it's on the consistent but slightly higher than average side of the spectrum. That's something.
I mean, it's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. I mean, my original goal was to buy time, which I have. So,
Which absolutely worked. So I'm gonna honor a 19. A 19 is still pretty good. You're buying time. Puck is not paying attention to Celeste, but like he knows so much about former cases and dying archfey in the past, and like also like the nitty-gritty of the magic dispersing and going to other archfeys and stuff like that. Like, he's got knowledge, girl. He's got knowledge. It's a tiny bit sexy, not gonna lie, and he actually gets you ramble and to speculate.
So do you think which powerful figures would benefit most from that redistribution of magic, do you think?
I mean, some people say you go by alignment, right? And Titania was lawful good. But on the other side, we are all Fae and have a kind of a chaotic, deep thing inside of us. So, but I don't think it would go to any tricksters. I believe we can count those out. There are always the idea of like competitors. I mean, she had the whole luxury and communication thing down. It could have been the Nebula Leaf. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm just gonna keep talking until someone else interrupts me with something relevant. There's a cat. We need to acknowledge the cat. The cat is a shark, and I appreciate that. Donna.
Came up out of nowhere. I mean, not nowhere.
That
the tail was
needs
there,
to
but that was so
become
perfect.
that needs to be a GIF immediately.
Yeah.
Just that
Pop up kitty.
Also, you still fail.
Celestia cat somewhere on the soundstage.
You still
We don't know where.
You still got a 19, but you still fail to save. So I'm gonna let you choose. Either you keep him talking and you don't learn anything, or you learn anything as something, but you also lose an information.
Like you give up a piece of information? Okay.
I am going to choose. I mean, the more interesting choice is to lose information, right? That's the more interesting choice. So I'm going to do that.
So Puck is actually talking about the different archfey that went just like straight up missing over these the millennials and how they never were found again. And start like counting off, like, how about the Sandmännchen, or what about, I don't know, who else gone missing? And because you're so deep into the theories, you drop Melcy's boss.
La Llorona.
And I think like Angie asks it as like a question, like La Llorona.
I didn't know she was missing.
Wait.
That's
Wait.
Is
that a blatant lie?
Mousie's already told Puck that La Llorona is missing.
That's a blatant lie, right?
Yeah, that would be a blatant lie.
Does he say it?
Right, I forgot. That's on me as DM.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's on me as DM, right? I forgot that
Mousy told you all in the brain.
Yeah.
So like Andy wouldn't know. So Andy dropping would just still drop it, but Mousy has told Puck via telepathy.
And Puck be like, well, I believe that's news to everybody here. I mean, not everybody, but like, she's missing.
As you can see, this seems like a much larger issue than anyone has been aware of. It seems like lots of people have small pieces of the puzzle, you know?
All three of your phones will ping simultaneously as Celeste has now sent you a message saying, probably a little bit too much, but she did highlight her own paragraph she sent to you, basically saying that the necromantic archfey killing assassin energy, which is what she calls it, came from outside the Fae, and maybe the archfey are aware of this and they're going missing as a way to try and avoid being killed.
This is to me like when I'm actively like in the middle of doing something and a friend keeps texting me like repeatedly, or a family member, because my family members do this too, and I'm just like deliberately ignoring the beeping of my phone that is ding 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 ding. I'm sorry.
I think Ariel has also fully at this point wound up trading seats with Andy so that the back and forth with Puck can continue, and is now kind of peering over Celeste's shoulder and also trying to follow. The head's doing the tennis match thing, trying to follow both of these things at once.
And Puck is like, no, wait a second. It isn't common knowledge that La Llorona is missing. Can we get a picture of her on the thing, please? Thank you. And the picture of Titania goes away, and instead you see Melcy. You know this woman. She's your boss. Like, it's La Llorona, a woman, late 30s, early 40s. Pale as something. I mean, she did die before she turned into an archfey. The tear streaks burned into her face, but in her usual, like, very comfy sweater, like, she has this kind of calming but also very melancholic aura. And it looks like it's just her official profile picture pulled from LinkedIn or something like that. And yeah, it's just like smiling sadly at the audience, and everybody's like, "Aww." So, rewind. La Llorona is missing.
Oh, I just heard that. I don't have any further information, but I do think that, Puck, there's something really valuable you could do, a service you could provide here. Perhaps there are lots of people who have information about these archfays. Perhaps you have the resources to set up kind of like a tip line or something.
A tip line? Like a hotline for people to call?
Yeah.
And he turns straight into her camera. Well, party people, you've heard it here first. Call now. And he rattles down a number he, like, knows absolutely by heart. If you have any ideas about the disappearance of La Llorona, about the murder of Titania, about anything that might seem fishy to you, because, let's be honest, if the Archfey are disappearing like nothing, we are in deep trouble. And turns back to all of you. So, Melcy, was it right? Did you know your boss was missing?
I don't keep up with my boss's schedule. Well, not that boss. My direct boss, I keep up with his schedule a little bit more because I have to have, meetings and things with him. But like the boss, that I'm not her assistant, so I don't keep up with her schedule.
So, even the people from her firm didn't know that she was missing. Would you say that's correct?
Correct. People from her firm do not know she's missing. Well, I mean, if they're watching the show, then now they might have a theory that she's missing because this is a theory that she is missing. But yes, people
Annie
don't.
over here seems to think.
Yeah, but Andy works for Dracul, so she also wouldn't know La Llorona. Yeah, but she wouldn't know La Llorona's schedule either.
That's true. I do work for.
Why
I
are
work
you
for
taking the word of somebody who does hamster dances on the?
Okay, well, first of all,
on the word of a missing archfey.
Hamster dance is a meaningful social trend, I'll have you know.
You're right. It is a meaningful trend. Ariel, were you going to do a performance of it for us?
I was planning to do that at some point this evening whenever we hit a wonderful time such as now. Even.
Now, I think, yeah, absolutely.
This does seem like a lovely time for a musical interlude, perhaps, to break up all of this,
really tragic
we need
information.
time. Yeah, we need time for information to flow to the proper channels, to this wonderful tip line that you've just set up, which was such a great thing for you to do on this show, such a great use of this platform. I mean, honestly, but time needs to happen for investigations, for information to flow. This could be a perfect instance for me to perform some music for all of these lovely people here. Ariel doing this Celeste thing of now starting to talk to the crowd to ask their permission rather than Puck's.
Some people actually are into it and are like, woo! But Puck is like, yeah, I believe that would be wonderful. I'm not sure if the hamster dance is something that fits the occasion of our beloved queen dying.
But that's all right. I have other music too.
Side note, this reminds me of when the Queen of England died and they had to make an announcement at the beginning of Wicked that they would be doing the show as planned because it opens with good news, she's dead. That's exactly what this is. This is the hamster dance version of that.
This is funnier too because Ariel's, if I'm recalling correctly, Ariel's hamster dance remix is like the very soulful, intense version. Perhaps,
Also, the
which is
hamster
still
dance
not.
version of Wicked is so on brand.
Did anyone ever expect that sentence to be said? Not just on this game, just ever in any sense. That sentence has never been said before in the world.
I mean, now it has been.
We're innovating. We're bringing joy. I think Ariel is this a situation where, like, if Ariel just straight up now I'm thinking about like SNL Sound Studios, I'm getting sidetracked. If Ariel just straight up jumped in full commitment and started singing and doing music, is that a thing that like the camera and sound setup can latch onto, or would that be kind of impossible to run with, essentially?
Well, I can tell you as somebody who works at film, in the real world, that would be a nightmare. But things here working with magic and glue and glitter, absolutely.
Delightful. I think, yeah, I think we're going to start trying to Ariel's going to do a little bit of not really asking in the not asking way of like, this does seem like a perfect time for a musical interlude. So if you don't mind, our gracious host, as he's actively walking up past Puck, they're going to start performing. Does Ariel perform something that is not Hamster Dance soulful version, or does Ariel try to perform Hamster Dance soulful version is the question here. I think because Puck mentioned it, they're going to do something that he actually hasn't done before, in that all of the instances performing live so far that Ariel's done have been other people's things. And he's going to full commit to trying to do something that he wrote himself, that I don't think he's shown anyone, which this is sure a way to try doing that, to try performing your own original music for the first time on this show.
What kind of music is it that Ariel wrote?
I think it's everything that everyone in the audience would have got of Ariel's music so far is very high production and glossy and perfect, and all based off of existing trends and existing songs and remixing those and playing with those. There's a lot, it's very busy. There's a lot going on. This is very stripped back and like a little bit earnest. I think it's just like a very sweet kind of genuine, possibly just like a love song or something that's a little bit in the uncomfortable part of the singing range. He can hit it. It's just kind of it's a little bit of a decision. And it's one of those songs that has the potential in this circumstance to either be very endearing or to kind of crash and burn very badly. It's a bit of a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
I said happily.
I mean, do you want to throw a coin?
I will happily roll for it
You
and
can
or
do
float a
your
coin.
usual performance check. I would also allow you to do a dramatic roll. I believe Bradley Mulligan called it like you roll twice, and and we go from 10, and the more extreme roll is the one that counts, and it's either net 20 or net 1.
Ooh, sorry. Could you say that one more time so that I get what that is? That was fun, whatever that was. One more time for me.
Twice. Like you roll with advantage, and the more
Mhm.
extreme roll counts as the extreme of the scale. Like if you roll an 11 and a 3, it's a net 1. If you roll like a 7 and a 19, it's a net 20.
I mean, that sounds very fun to me personally. I'm a fan of that. I'll happily do that. Okay.
We still have 1 luck point if you want to.
So one of those was a 15, and the other one was a nat 20. This die, there's a reason I do all my rolls on this die. It doesn't do anything, and then it rolls nat 20.
Okay. Emma, do you want to tell what happens, or do you want me to tell what happens?
Ooh, I will hand it over to you, and I will throw some things in there if it feels right, if that's okay. Oh boy,
Absolutely.
I thought that was going to be a nat one for sure.
So you still have your mini guitar?
Yes, it is a mini guitar. Very, very, very pointedly, it's definitely a mini guitar. It's not a ukulele. I think Ariel's made a few posts in the past on social media very haughtily about how it's not a ukulele. Thank you so much.
No, my question is, how many strings does it have? Because a ukulele has less strings than a guitar.
Mm-hmm. I think it has a guitar is. I literally have a guitar next to me. I don't know how massive. A guitar is 6 and a ukulele is 4, correct? I want to be contrary and say it has 5. so it's unclear.
It's actually an instrument you built yourself, kind of like you gave the order to do because you wanted it to be extra, because you're extra.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
So, and how would you describe Ariel's voice?
I think it's, again, it's a very big difference. Definitely not what anyone in the audience who is familiar with him from social media would expect, in that it's very like polished and precise and full in all of the things that he's filmed and recorded so far. This live singing is a little bit readier. You can hear some of the breaths in there, but it sounds, if when you hear people perform live and you hear them go a little bit out of tune, but because they're actually having fun with the words, it's a bit of that. It's imperfect in a much more interesting way.
Okay. So you step up, and Ariel isn't usually a person of stage fright, but Ariel has never performed in front of so many people. So many people.
The three of you would note that his hands are shaking a bit.
So you do the one thing a musician never does. You tune your guitar down on stage without checking.
Mm-hmm.
Because the song that you wrote is it's something you like, you tune the guitar down to D. And so you do it on your mini guitar, not ukulele. Go once more through the strings, and you actually get it right. Like you know this thing inside and out. And your voice, it's usually so polished and so pretty, and like you have put fillers on it. You use all the tech to make it sound perfect. You start singing, and after the first line, it breaks a bit. And for a moment, you panic. And then you just go with it. This is not your range. This is not where you're comfortable. This isn't perfect. But it is one thing, and one thing really, it is true. And in this show that's like glitter and fake and lies, you don't even like, you had your whole show planned with different colored lights and stuff like that. And now you're standing there without your light show, without a microphone, and you're just true. And you feel how your voice somehow catches the resonance of the room and starts to reverb through the whole building. And you have no idea what's going on, and you can't even really remember your own words. They just keep coming. You know, you wrote this song, you know the lyrics, but like you can't think about the lyrics. It's just like you're somewhere else, and it's not your range, and it's your voice breaks and breaks again, and you see the first people in the audience start to cry. And then there are more crying and holding each other's hands, because Glitz and Glam does a lot for people. They are entertaining, they're scandalous, but they are never true. And in a world like this, where, well, none of you can really lie, but none of you are ever speaking the full truth either, this moment of vulnerability and being true to yourself and standing there and just being yourself has a power that you never thought you yourself could wield. No, I don't think that anybody else in this stage or even at home ever thought that a Fae musician could wield, because this is the power of the ultimate truth. Emma, I want you to use your bardic inspiration die, and if you do something in the name of being true to yourself, to being honest with yourself, I want you to use the next higher one.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. You move the die up if
You move
it's
the
with
die up.
honesty.
If you're doing it to do social media shtick and half lying and stuff like that, but this is like a key moment for Ariel. He gets it now. And he also knows that he can't go back from this, not really. So if you're true to yourself, you can use the next higher die. Also, everybody's crying. Even Puck, who has been trying to do like a shit in the background, fucking freezes up and looks at you.
The three of you would catch that there's also a certain point that Ariel's attention in the song is kind of moving between the performer, sort of the state that performers get into, where we are no longer thinking about ourselves and only focusing on the audience, but then keeps kind of flipping back, where you keep watching him again and again, have moments of just what's happening, what's going on, this is, oh my god, what's going on, this is so this is so great and so strange, and I didn't know I could do this, and what is this, and I thought this was going to be terrible. And he's just, as the song is continuing, flipping between those two more and more, and not in a bad way, but just getting more and more kind of astonished. Hopefully everyone's focused on me now. That was the goal.
Absolutely. Also, the social media team of Glitz and Glams, or the production team of Glitz and Glams, takes this opportunity and starts to just throw pictures of Titania on the wall behind you.
Oh boy.
Basically, you're doing the who isn't with the people who aren't with us today on the Oscars.
Right. Yep. The slow black and white. I think it's probably good that Ariel hasn't turned fully around, because catching that would probably throw him out of it with just, oh boy. But yeah, I think they unintentionally pair very well.
So you finish your song. Whatever Puck or anybody else wanted to do, they couldn't do because they were mesmerized by you. What happens next? You play your last chord, and there's silence.
Ariel kind of releases a little breath and looks up at the audience, and yeah, no, absolutely. Completely breaking through the instinct that this has, the instinct of not saying this to people for years and years and years because you can't. Just looks at everyone in the audience and very genuinely goes, thank you for listening. Thank you.
The first person claps, the next person, and just like that, you're surrounded by a storm. Like, this is the loudest applause you've ever gotten. You see people crying, holding each other's hands, total strangers in each other's arms. You have no idea what you just did, but you did good. You get a feeling deep inside of you that you did good.
And then Ariel's going to kind of start to slowly have the memory of where we are and what we're doing and what we're trying to get out of, starts to kind of trickle back in, and is going to, with a little bit of a mildly panicked glance back at Mousy, decides to try to parlay this into just fully doing the and that's our show. Thank you so much for watching our interview. It's been really, really lovely to get to share this with all of you. More music from me coming soon. Have a lovely night. And we'll start to gently move off the stage with the other three, if I can get away with it. As the applause is still going on, so that it is hopefully maximum hard to reel it back in. Might as well write it.
You see behind you a big picture of just in loving memory of Queen Titania. Like no picture, just written down. And through the applause, Puck comes in front of you, looks at you, still absolutely baffled, and gets in front and says, "Since our beloved queen has just died, we're gonna do something we didn't do before, we weren't able to do before, and we're gonna stop the show. For half an hour, there will be nothing here." For everybody in the audience, please go out to all of the waiting rooms. There will be drinks and foods to accommodate you as you paid for. If you can't live without us for half an hour, there will be
reruns.
The performance reruns of shows past. But I personally ask of you to use this time to remember the queen as we loved her. Wow. And he also takes a small bow, and you see all the red lights surrounding you in the studio turn off.
Ooh. I'll give Puck a little wink. And then we'll start to gently sashay off of the stage. Slowly but surely. Just the this dance is happening. I will start slowly but surely walk away.
Yeah.
Walk off the stage.
Mousy will walk right with you. That's it. We're in bad. We're in trouble. We just walk. That's what you do with the cops. We're just walking.
So since Puck just stopped the show,
Oh, which hasn't happened in recent
It's
Glitz
all
and Glam
weird.
memory, or
Yeah.
I was about to say forever, right? That's Glitz and Glam doesn't go off air. That's a thing they don't do.
Yeah, hate that.
Oh,
Puck turns to you, smiles, waves, and poofs away in a cloud of glitter.
glitter. Oh, so much. Oh, so much. Should we? Out? Celeste, you okay? You
No,
look very tense. That's fair. Should we?
that's the new Titania.
The cloud of glitter?
Puck.
That's a terrifying sentence.
Yeah,
Should
hang
we?
on, Heather.
I think
Shall
maybe
we?
you need a nap.
He also might be the new Coyote eventually. Or maybe that fucked up. I don't know. Maybe he's going to be all of them.
I think we
Okay.
need to not discuss that in this building.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Mousy, are we going to your apartment? Are we going to our individual
I
apartments?
think
That
we
feels.
should not discuss that in this building.
You know, you're so right, actually. We're going to not this building. That's a statement that can be made because we're leaving it.
I turn all of you, like I abruptly turn and make you all like stop because I'm very large. I don't know, bump into me if you want to. And I go, I'm purple. And I look to see if I can say it or if it has any problems. So that I tell a lie and I want to see if the lie is able to go through or if it hurts me or whatever.
So we are at the wonderful, wonderful first moment of one of our players trying to lie.
I'm purple.
You said you're purple, right?
That's what I said. This is my test.
I would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Maybe you're built different.
Something about you're built different, but with maybe a pendant in front of it
Easy
is
15.
12. Wait, oh no. I rolled a 12.
Okay,
Oh,
then I
no.
want you to roll 2d20.
Okay.
I like the idea that you just spontaneously combust in front of us.
Into purple smoke.
I was gonna say, I hope you turn purple.
I really, really hope you turn purple. Personally, I am hoping for this outcome.
This seems like
Okay.
the best outcome.
Total came to an 11. I rolled a 2 and a 9.
Okay, you take 11 points of damage as purple blood starts to come out of your nose, and you feel like your lies tearing at your essence. You feel like
That
Okay.
could have been much worse, though.
Yeah.
Oh no!
your spirit is being torn apart.
I feel like at this
I
point
fall
I
over.
just look at Mousy like with a shrug, just like
I fall over and go, nope, it's not. It's not.
this is not covered by your deductible. I just want you to know that.
You know, I hate that me as a European know enough about the American healthcare system to know that this is a bad thing.
Yes. Oh.
Oh my god.
There are definitely
Ariel's-
exclusions for lying based
Oh
hemorrhaging.
yeah, they totally. Because that's something that's totally within your control, and so health insurance wouldn't dare to cover it. Ariel
Lying is a
has.
pre-existing condition.
Ah! I just laughed so loud I heard myself on someone's mic. I'm so sorry. Ariel goes for, I just remembered, has like little sunglasses. If I say celebrity sunglasses, and is going to like hand those over to you to to help aid with covering up the purple blood.
Yeah, I like ooze it out of my eyes and stuff. I put them on. I wipe it away from my face. I'm like, okay. I thought that maybe lying was just omnipresent, available. It's not. Let's go.
As we're making our way out, I'll give you just a little pat on the back and give you 7 HP back.
Thank you.
Healing word.
Oh God.
Jilly, I would love for Annie to roll an Arcana check.
Great. I mean, I'm good at Arcana-ish, so... what's my bonus? Oh, I would love if this would scroll up. That would be just so awesome. Okay. So, we roll a d20. Okay, that's not bad. Plus 7, so that's a 21.
Well, first of all, you know Fae can't lie. You also know people in here kind of can say please and thank you. Maybe they can lie.
Sure.
But you also know that this reaction is a very normal reaction to a Fae lying. Like,
Okay.
if you start to lie, either reality shifts or your brain shifts. And if I say shift, it shifts too much. But
Okay.
you're still in the combination, like you're still in Sherlock mode.
Sure.
And something about all of this doesn't really add up. And you think about what you felt at the geode. And you think about what you have learned today. And you think about your boss. And you think about Melcy's line manager and Melcy's boss. And they all have one thing in common.
Blood?
Undead?
La Llorona could count as an undead.
Okay.
So they hucked La Llorona at us through a geode?
I don't know that was the first place my mind went.
It's where my mind's going now.
It's the first place my mind went.
Although, if you were trying to get someone's attention to help you, then
Yeah.
throwing a giant rock through the window
Top
might
10
be
ways to get attention from somebody.
Yeah,
Famously so.
Break open a shiny rock. Yeah.
I think, okay, above the table, I think we should embrace this, whether it's true or not, as our new conspiracy theory. Because the people are actually rocks is definitely a slogan that we can get behind, or the rocks are actually people. Either way, I think it's
Those
strong,
people
and I think
rock,
we should
and
commit
it's a bad
to it.
thing.
And the Fae
Exactly.
rocks.
The Fae
Arch Fae rocks.
So my boss is fine. My boss is on TV being awesome all the time.
Yeah.
La Llorona is in places unknown. The energy that I felt was necromantic, but it was a weird form of necromancy, right? So it could be like something of the essence of the people who are disappearing are being put into it. I guess the question would be, like, Titania is not undead, to my knowledge.
Nope. Very strong nature spirit.
Is this like a gotta catch 'em all situation where you need the different kinds of energy?
Oh my god. Yeah,
Okay, now the rock is a Pokemon ball.
Yes, the geodes
Yeah.
are
Yes,
Pokeballs.
the
Yeah,
rock-
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You
we
did
this. Don't-
And then
Pokegeo.
Don't look at me like I'm the crazy one.
Pokemon Geode instead
The
of
face
Pokemon Go.
are being put in Pokeballs. We solved it.
Pokefae. I'm here for it.
Pokefae, gotta catch 'em all.
I am literally currently writing down a conspiracy. I have to say.
I think the weirder we get with this, the more we profit as a society.
I agree.
Okay, but we get out of this room, right?
Yeah,
Like,
we are like I don't want to be in this.
We've
film.
left.
Where do we
Yeah,
go?
we're leaving.
Yeah, we're just
I-
out walking down the street. We're
Yeah.
not
I
stage
think
dooring. We're trying to flee from the
This
stage
occurred
door.
to me. This occurred to me, and I was like, "We need to go so we can discuss this." I think
Yes.
is probably
where are we
Yeah.
gonna go?
We aren't discussing where we're going till we're on the street.
Okay, well,
I think the first order of business is walk aggressively several blocks away.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Speed
we able to
walk
do
several
that?
blocks away.
Yeah. Are we able to aggressively walk away?
Yeah, and everybody, like, no, Pook didn't tell anybody that they're gonna stop the show. So everybody's like running around like chickens without any heads on them, panicking, looking for him.
Celeste is like really wants to say a thing, but now is paranoid about having said a thing inside this building that made her bleed, so she's not gonna say it yet. But she's like buzzing.
Ooh, let me look up real quick. Would we to aid things? Ooh, do I have that many? Yeah,
Can
okay.
we
I
get
already
outside?
used
We have left. We
We've
keep
left.
saying we're leaving. We're
Yeah.
leaving. We've left.
to aid
Where do we go?
to aid us not being noticed on I'm going to actually preempt this for wherever we're going. To aid us not being noticed, would we agree that probably from this interview, from anyone who's watching, that Ariel and Celeste are the two most like immediately noticeable people in that we performed a song and threw out a conspiracy theory? No shade to the other two of you, to be clear.
Uh-huh.
I just think we're the
I'm
two
very
most easily
small.
We're tall.
clockable.
Yeah, we're small.
I
Yeah.
am in disguise. Remember, from last time, I got help
Yeah.
from the makeup lady with my own disguise skills. We combined, with our powers combined, we made an irreplaceable face.
Right, but you still look like that, so it's not like
Oh.
you are.
I'm okay. Yeah, I have to get a disguise for my disguise. Got it. I follow.
No,
Because-
you don't need a disguise for your disguise. You just need to be you.
Because what I can do if
Peel.
Ariel's able to get Celeste's permission as we're rushing through the
Yes.
streets is me staring at how my spells work. I can cast invisibility on both of us at the same time for a little bit. To hopefully make it so that people don't notice us where we're going initially.
Yes. Yes. Celeste consents wholeheartedly with a giant grin.
Yeah, I'll grab your hand and I'll cast invisibility on both of us so that we can get somewhere without being followed, hopefully.
Okay. Question. Andy, what is your hairstyle?
I think. I mean, she is wearing her like. She does wear like a headband crown of some description, and I think she has like wisp. It's very like 90s wisp messy without trying.
Then what happens is the moment I'm invisible, my hand leaves your hand, and then that headband goes in front of your eyes. It has been pushed over.
Great.
With all of our disguise prep in place, where do we want to head? Oh my god.
I think you just hear Andy go, "Can someone grab?"
We'll just push it right back up for you.
So what's going on right now? Because to be honest, me as the DM got lost what just
We're
happening.
going to an undisclosed place to
location.
talk about undisclosed things. I don't know
Okay,
how
where's
we
our
made
place,
that
though?
clear.
We left. we left and walked a few blocks away.
Yes.
Speed walked very, very fast, and then as we're kind of deciding on where we want to head to hopefully be able to talk and not get like followed or noted, Ariel has also turned himself and Celeste invisible because we are probably the two. If anyone's out on the streets in the next like 10-15 minutes who was just watching that broadcast, we are the two people that you would probably most immediately see and be like, that person did a thing on TV just now. So I've turned us invisible to mitigate that so that we can get somewhere. We don't know where we're going yet, though. We should decide that.
As we're walking down the street, a person who's walking towards us suddenly has their coat flipped over their head.
And I believe that's a wonderful moment to go into the break for today. We will be back in 10 minutes.
I love this game.
And when I say 10 minutes, I mean 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Friendly side-eye. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay tuned. We will be right back. One. And we are back from a wonderful break, and it's still so uncanny to me that Video Ninja knows what I'm saying even when I'm on break. So, just before our break, and I'm actively forcing myself not to say last we left off, we were leaving Gliss and Glam Studios to go to a safe place. I believe that safe place might be Melcy's apartment, right?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll walk the opposite loop this time so as to not step in any ant piles.
That's fair.
Yes, the ants. Has the ant situation worsened or improved?
Stuff like
Yes.
this happens. So, what are you gonna do?
For the record, we probably drop out of invisibility about the time that we end up in the apartment, as it does not last for super duper long.
I have
believe
been
it's
playing tricks
10 minutes,
on
right?
people the entire time.
Sorry? The 10 minutes? Yes.
No,
I'm
1 hour.
almost certain.
Second
One
level
hour.
invisibility is 1 hour.
Damn.
I take it back. It's more powerful than I thought it was. Maybe we're still invisible. I don't know how far away Mouse's apartment is.
I don't have hold person prepared. But
Why?
I
Why do you
think
need that?
you just said that you've been messing with us the entire walk.
Not
And I
just
think
you passerbyers.
Andy has declared her intention to prepare hold person tomorrow.
You've had more flowers put into your crown in a not helpful way. I think Malcy has a couple of times ended up with someone else's cloak on you.
I think Ariel, who's kind of who's still very much riding the rush of performing, is getting the converse takeaway from this that maybe he should cast visibility on Celeste more often for fun. So I'm having a different set of resolutions, but that's just happening in my mind.
There are lots of people who, as they are going by, one of their shoes sticks to the floor.
I feel like we are needing to take pictures of every time there's a different cloak. This is hashtag conveniently borrowed material all the way.
The borrowing is happening in the moment. Are we? I do not actually know if this is a question for UGM or for Mousy or for both. Are the roommates home when we try to really subtly appear in this apartment?
I'm sure it'd be some combination of them. Probably not the same ones that were there when we were last there. But there's always people in there.
I mean, the ant person is still there.
Unfortunately.
But somehow nobody left, but now there's a leprechaun living in your freezer. Which means the freezer isn't working because the leprechaun is living there.
As long as he pays rent.
He actually does. Your rent just went down.
Cool.
Ah,
Wonderful. Because job security doesn't seem too promising right now when my main boss is missing. So what just happened?
which part?
Right there.
There were several things. I sang, but that one I think is pretty clear cut.
So, are people rocks? Are people becoming rocks?
I don't know about people and rocks, but I think Puck is an archfey now. I think that the death of Titania gave him the power to now be free from the binding of the contract that he was originally with our Titania for, under the guise of that having been bound to Oberon, but not truly bound to Oberon because it was originally to Titania. And I think he might have attempted to also simultaneously go for Coyote, just so that he could get a couple of different options, because you got to hedge your bets. And then one of them went through, and so he succeeded.
I think we would have seen that if it had happened.
Seen what?
Ariel
I-
lies down on Mousie's bed, just like, I'm listening. Continue. I'm just trying to process information. That's easier when I lie down and I'm very tired. Continue. Yes.
I think that a free Puck would be different than an under contract Puck.
He's free now, and he disappeared, and he had a
turned the
butterfly on
show
his
off.
face.
He had
And
a
sticky
butterfly
buns.
on
He's not free now.
Mhm.
He's saying he's not free now.
But he can lie because he's human.
The show did turn off.
He turned
That's
the show off. That's different.
that's. I mean, he was saying
I
earlier
thought
that
it was because he
can't.
was so moved by Ariel's music that.
That's a great scapegoat of an excuse.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing. I don't have any investment in whether Puck is contractually obliged to whoever, but someone is murdering people and or turning them into rocks.
Right, and we think
Puck.
it might be Puck.
But Puck has won, so I think Puck might be done.
So, like, the plan is wait to see if another Archfey gets murdered.
I think I would like, because this has been my background project, is I have sent my rainbow dogs out on a mission to find sniffings of La Llorona. I'd like to know. I'd like to do a little checkup on my rainbow dog research.
I forgot that.
That this has been background in my mind for like 3 weeks now, panicking about rainbow dogs.
What you want to? Rainbow dogs.
Rainbow dogs.
At
Yeah.
all times, one must panic about rainbow
Did we
dogs.
roll for that already?
I don't think so.
So, what would you roll for rainbow dogs?
Well, since it's the dogs doing these sniffing, specifically, it's the
Usually
dogs
they have
researching.
advantage on sniff base, right?
So would that be a perception for the rainbow dogs themselves?
Mm-hmm. So, just a perception or investigation?
I feel like dog-based research is perception.
Okay.
Because they are using their senses. They're not like trying to process information. And
Processing information is for us to do, and we
Yeah.
can do it wonderfully.
Okay.
I just want the dog.
So, what exactly did you tell the dogs?
I sent them out on sniffings for La Llorona, which I guess my descriptions of her would be well put, but a sense of despair. Maybe I found a coat of hers from her assistant and had them sniff that.
Okay, so you give the dogs a woolen coat and the description of put together but full of despair.
With an air of despair. I wouldn't say she's full of it, but
Okay, with an air of
definitely
despair.
lingers.
The dogs return to you with a bunch of law students.
That's fair. You know, that's fair.
I rolled a 2.
It's so important for me to share that I just in my mind, I just assumed that was just the dogs pick up a bunch of law students and bring them back. Just bring them back. Just bring them back to Mousy.
You know what? I've been thinking of the rainbow dogs as rainbow dogs, But you can't tell me that some of these rich kids.
I mean, I
got
guess
themselves,
some
like,
of them would have like
pounds or something
mastiffs,
like
and
that. Yeah. So
that is the stat block most dogs are, is mastiff. So
yeah, mastiffs, or a German Shepherd, full on rainbow, with like a gnome. It's like, and you get the feeling he wants to bark, but he can't bark because then he would let go. But if he would let go, then he would be able to bark. And like his dog brain is like, must not let go, but must bark, but must not let go, but bark.
I will tell the dog to please put the gnome down. Like just down. Like drop it. Drop. Thank you. Not the Yorona needed a woman. I guess that's on me. I should have been more clear. Who's a good boy? Oh yeah. You tried so good. You tried so hard.
You still had a level of exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
I will allow you to get rid of this level of exhaustion if you're playing with the dogs.
Oh,
We're gonna play with the dogs because the dogs tried so hard. We've all been so stressed. I apologize to the law students in a way for being the dog's fault. It's not my fault, but like you should have also been able to fight off a dog. I'd give you toast, but my roommates ate it all. Do you know anything about the crying lady?
I mean, somebody brought you a very, very tired, though female, medicine student.
Okay.
Like, you had 2 level of exhaustion this game.
Mm-hmm.
This person is at 4.
They can play with the dogs too if they want.
Like, we're talking about a full box lady, tall for full box, terribly thin, getting dragged in by her coat by a very, very enthusiastic chihuahua. And the chihuahua can drag her. Because she's basically sleeping on the floor.
Okay, well, my mission failed. I hope everybody else has better luck with theirs.
all right. Ariel's saying this at some point when the law students are not within hearing range. They should go relax with the dogs.
The med student can like continue to pass out on the floor. She can use kidnapping as an excuse.
All right. So what do we know for sure? We know there are up to 4 archfey with interesting things happening with them. We know that whether that be dead, missing, attempt on life, etc. We know that Huck, with some sort of potential agenda or plan, just stopped the Glitz and Glam show, which, to my understanding, shouldn't/hasn't been possible for 1,000 years. We know that necromantic rock was thrown us through a window. We know the smoothies were okay.
We know that the energy connects to somehow the undead, which several of the people who are missing or gone are. But we also, I mean, there is another possibility as to, I mean, as delightful as Celeste's theory about Puck having worked for Titania, but being a double agent and working for Oberon, and being a double agent, a triple agent, and working for there. I'll be honest, I got a little lost there towards the end, but if there is deception there, that's one thing. But the other possibility is Oberon is now dead.
Excuse me, what now?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Potentially at the same time as Titania,
Go to
or
sleep, I say to the med student who's trying to pay attention to us. Just go to sleep.
You're dreaming this.
this is all a
Mhm.
dream.
And all of you have seen how chihuahuas act, right?
Mhm.
Like they're goblins put on 4 feet here to destroy humanity. This med student gets the rainbow chihuahua and just...
Yep.
And the chihuahua is deeply concerned by this.
I will cast calm emotions on the chihuahua.
Great. No, chihuahuas cannot be calmed. They are immune to calm emotions. If any dog is immune to calm emotions, it is chihuahuas.
I cast calm emotion on the chihuahua.
Just a little.
Have you? I
I-
truly believe that over time they have been bred to be immune to calm emotions.
I will gently, just very not singing, just little strum patterns on my mini guitar. Will do a little song of rest specifically for the med students. Just for the med students' benefit while we theorize. I mean, actually, it can be for anyone's benefit if we're taking a short rest currently, so.
I'm sorry, my brain is still stuck at I cast calm emotion on the chihuahua. I want this as a pin. Hedge, we need merch.
We need the calm emotions pin. We need the hedgehog pin. We need the hamster pin.
Yes.
We need the hamster pin. Dracula hamster. Huh. When you say Oberon could be dead, so something happened that we are in agreement. Something has happened that has changed. Puck was able to end the show.
It was
change in
just
Puck
that
contract.
Puck was so moved by your music that things became possible that had previously not been possible. I'll be honest.
I mean,
didn't think that
I'm
much
fine
of it.
with that. I'm fine with that answer too, frankly. That makes me very happy. I take that as a compliment.
Are any of the law kids that conveniently got dragged to my apartment conveniently in entertainment law? Conveniently.
Can we conveniently borrow the law student?
I'd like to, if they were in entertainment law, maybe they've heard of Puck's contract. I feel like that would be a case study.
I mean, you can, you know what? Roll me a d20.
Oh god. We'll pick a real d20 for this. I regret that. That's a 2.
Oh.
You actually get one of the students to stay at your place. He's like lighting up a cigarette where you're pretty sure there is more than just tobacco in it. It's like,
As long
yeah,
as
I
he
mean,
sits
like,
by
I
an
can tell
open
you
window.
everything, but also, have you ever considered Bitcoin?
Are you talking about that cookie place, Bytecoin?
No. It's like
They have cookies that are shaped like money.
no. Like it's like money, but like not regulated by the state, and it's like it's the next big thing.
So
Like,
not
it
regulated,
already is
meaning
a
it could
bit-
be
like
in cookie
like,
form potentially.
400 or 500 years, we will all be just paying with Bitcoin.
You're saying it's not edible.
Don't understand bakery currency. Do you know about Puck's contract?
Like, I don't know, dude, girly, whatever. Who?
You
Isn't
know
that
mostly
like the
about
guy on
Bitcoin?
TV that everybody can fuck over because we all know his true name?
Yes.
Yeah, we can all fuck him over as we like because we all know his true name.
Is that all you know?
I mean, as far as I know, the TV thing is like the better thing. I believe like before that he had to do like some pretty nasty shit, but like I don't know, dude, girl, whatever.
I
Okay.
want to pull up the stream and make sure it's still off.
Puck said a half hour break, right?
Yeah.
If I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been more than that?
What would you say? How far away does Melcy live from the glitz and glam and Studio City part?
I mean, Mousy would be living in a rent-controlled apartment, so probably somewhere downtownish. However far away that is from an actual corporate area is.
Yeah, it would be more than half an hour. The stream, like television is back on, and you see Puck sitting there talking about gardening as if nothing happened.
I want to hand this to, let's see, I'm going to hand this to Ariel and say, can you make sure this isn't a repeat, a rerun? Can you make sure this is live somehow?
I'll go start reverse image searching, but with video, checking if this is if what Puck's currently saying is on the running a bot to check if this is on the script of any past archived glitz and glam runs.
The thing is, I would love to see a check for that because it's like,
Oh yeah,
we're talking about a millennial of shows with the same set, 24-hour stream. I mean, you can do the math yourself how many fucking hours that would be.
oh yeah, it's
Wait.
so many.
Hang on. I know this might not help, but is he wearing the same face paint?
Unity just got lower.
It just
The DC got lower. I also have realized that as a mastermind, I have special ability to do help action stuff as a bonus action and whatnot. So I would like to give help action to Ariel as I am doing also stuff, whatever.
delightful. Would this would be investigation, I presume?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Can I hit you with a
Alright.
guidance?
Please.
Let's do the Baldur's Gate.
Feel
I'm not
free to.
helpful, so I'm just gonna hover here and offer unhelpful advice. Like, try tapping it and seeing if that makes it load faster.
My guidance is distracting Andy.
So it cancels out. Delightful.
My presence is a bane on any skill check that everyone is trying to do.
That is a. Let me roll the d4 real quick. Okay. That is a 23. The help action and the guidance both. I rolled the 4 on the guidance die, and the help action took it up to a 16 roll plus 3. So
You go get the first run and you get everything. So much. And
my
then,
phone stops loading.
Celeste jumps in with the face pin, and that's actually a pretty good idea because Puck wears the same attire, but his makeup changes. And he is wearing a face paint that is very similar. Like, you're not sure if he just went into the mask and got it a bit redone. What did you roll?
23.
23. Well, you know that this is the usual spot where he talks about like this is the spot for the how do I say this politely, for the mothers at home who can't sleep at night. So he talks about gardening and the newest recipes, and the show must go on. And it is not like you can't find the script. if you put the script through basically a voice assistant and the script is new, but you look very closely, and the mouth movement doesn't like perfectly fit. Like it doesn't. Maybe it's lagging. Like it's very good,
Illusion generated.
but it's not perfect.
Okay.
Well,
So
he could have been
that's
doing this for any amount of time, right?
in terms of
Running illusion shows.
Well, supposedly his contract was that it had to be him, but if he's not beholden to his contract anymore, then he can.
Right, but my point is we don't have a timeline of when his contract was no longer in effect.
Right. When did Titania die? And I pull up my phone.
I think it must have happened while we were. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, actually, I don't know what the gap is between
It was
the death of an
investigated by the
archfey.
police. Because
I'm curious what the gap is between the death and the reporting time, and because I would hazard a guess potentially that if there whatever changed Puck's contract, which I'm still trying to parse the Oberon versus Titania being the one who died. Whatever changed Puck's contract, I think has happened while we were on air, potentially. And now this is, it could be a lag.
I mean,
I don't think Glitz and Glam, I haven't seen them lag that much. So, and the Wi-Fi in this apartment is pretty good, Mousy. Nice job with your Wi-Fi plans. So,
I mean, I just don't see why it has to have been now that happened. It could have been weeks ago that Puck's contract was broken. But also, can I assume that Dracul offers provides medical services to a lot of the hospitals and like first response in the area. Could I, through work, get access to when a call was put in or a body was discovered that could have been Titania's?
Ooh, you're working at a health insurance. You know
Right,
what?
but through that, do I know someone? I might know someone.
You might know someone, yeah. But also, you know what? Roll a d20 luck check for me. Maybe
Okay.
Titania was insured at Dracul Insurances.
That's a 15.
A 15. You're not sure if she was, and you think she was like, because you're like general health insurance, and she would probably be like private health insurance, like one of the, like Dracul is for the broader population, but you would know where to call to get to the very expensive part of healthcare. Like they're your colleagues.
Yeah. I say to Ariel, well, I could probably find out when the body was discovered. I'm sorry, the dark part of me that's been dealing with health insurance in my life is like they terminated that policy immediately, and like if I can find out when they terminated that policy, then I can find out when her body was discovered. Would you like me to see if I can find out?
I think so. If it doesn't raise too many, if it's not going to cause any alarm flags on your end, or at least not too many. I presume internal traffic is probably pretty high about this in general now because this is a big deal across the city. So,
I mean, we did just say on television we were interested in finding out who killed Titania. So I think investigating Titania's death is probably not all that out of the realm of feasibility. I will send a text to my colleague to see if I can find out what time the body was discovered.
Then give me an investigation check.
Okay, I'm a wizard.
Mm.
Okay, it's not great. With my investigation, that is a 13.
I mean, it is pretty late. You know who to call, but you can't get them like on the phone right now. But you leave like a message, and you think it's gonna be like they're gonna call back tomorrow.
Okay, I put in the call. It will hopefully tell us something.
Did we get phoned by Glitz and Glam? We all got our phone calls before the Geode incident, yes?
Yes.
Mm,
They wished us a great day.
yes. Sorry, I'm trying to track that timeline in my mind.
I still feel like I'm not putting together the pieces of the necromantic energy with the undead.
Who was it that was referenced? And I believe I said slightly above the table. Somebody's investigation check. It was La Llorona, but also the
My
line
boss was
managers from
mentioned.
Dracul and La Llorona. Yes, like the line manager specifically, your immediate superiors.
I mean, I think it was just my boss, like my the head of the company, Dracula.
Mhm.
That was right, Bard?
Yeah.
They were talking
And-
about I mean, in as much as he is ever alive, has been known to be alive recently on TV. Although that's where actually, can I go to the vampire channel and see if he's doing his thing still?
And 5-0. Also, 5-0. Is 5-0 necromantic at all? Or undead in any regard? Is this information that we know at all?
Do you know?
I certainly
I might
don't.
know. Maybe I might have a chance to know. Could I roll for it? I might have
Roll
a chance
for
of
it.
knowing. Yeah. What should I roll?
Offer me
History?
something. Tell me what you rolled and roll, and
Investigation.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Investigation, history. One of those two, probably.
Yeah.
Let's do investigation, because I did look into a bunch of stuff at one point, so maybe I remember coming
Mhm.
across it. How long does my boosted intelligence last?
I'd say it still lasts, but you're feeling like the buzz is slowly going away.
Okay. All right. So then that's going to be a. Oh, did I roll? Hold on. Sorry.
Meow.
Man, it's an angry cat. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
You did your homework back when you started at the whole thing. 5-0 is, in fact, not undead. 5-0 is a fiend.
Okay. That's right. I do vaguely remember you saying something about him being a fiend, now that you mention it again.
I love that.
Does he have any affiliation with necromantic magic as a consequence, though?
Quite the opposite. 5-0 is part of a collective of people, of fiends, who actually were able to leave the Nine Hells and find places somewhere else because they weren't evil enough for hell. And since
Oh,
there is this mythological thing that happened when like Christianity got into Ireland and the Celtic country, that is where like, oh yeah, Fae are like angels, but they're not as evil as the fallen angels, so they didn't went all the way to hell, but they weren't stuck on Earth and were just doing mischief. 5
It just fell a little bit.
Yeah, 5 basically went to hell together with the rest of his crew, and they were not evil enough for hell, so they basically got promoted back to the middle ground.
It is all corporate bureaucracy. We've done it. It is. It is. I feel like I'm staring at a puzzle and I'm trying to figure out if I've got all the puzzle pieces and can solve it, or if it's actually 3 separate puzzles where I accidentally mix the pieces together.
I think Andy has at this point found she can't lay down on the bed because I think that she's worried someone else would accidentally lie on top of her because she's so small. But I think she's found like a box of tissues that she just lies in, and it like closes her eyes and looks like she's trying to mind meld because she's trying to put the pieces together of the necromantic magic and what it means.
Okay, do we need a round of information collection above the table?
I mean,
I'm here for that. Yeah. I'm definitely here for that.
Okay, so what do we know?
Didn't we do this?
Well, we have to do this multiple times because our brains are only human.
My brain is much less than human right now. Let's be clear on that.
Correct.
We do have a chat. We do have a Twitch chat. We have a private chat in here. We can write down everything. We can put it in Discord.
We know that a bunch of Fae have had weird archfae have either disappeared or not been seen in a long time, or are, in the case of Titania, apparently dead. We know that a rock was thrown through Celeste's workplace window that had necromantic magic in it that was of an unusual kind. Did that feel familiar to Mousy at the time? That necromancy?
I don't know.
Because you'd think if your boss was a rock, then you would probably recognize the vibes.
But that's also not like my direct boss. That's like my corporate CEO,
Your boss's
boss.
Your
yeah.
great grand boss.
Correct. And also, she could have been a rock. I'm kind of convinced she got stuffed into the geode at some sort of soul stuffer.
I'm not unconvinced that something like, that there's that's necromantic energy, big thing of necromantic energy that caused a lot of chaos.
All
a big necromantic person is missing.
Yes.
All roads lead to Pokeballs. Yeah, I've
read a scroll about this.
I've got a list that's just Oberon missing but known about for a long time. La Llorona missing much more recently. 5-0 got shifted into shadow form very recently. Coyote attempt potentially was made on Coyote's presence, though I don't know if we fully confirmed that was what happened or if we just have figured out that's a likely possibility. Titania, most recently, dead.
When Coyote bit off my leg, felt pretty adult teethy. I'm just saying. But I know there was a puppy that it was communicated to me. However, I just want to say big teeth. Rock has undead weird energy to it. Rock has necromantic and undead energy. Conclusion, ? Stuffing archfae souls in rock. Puck,
Have-
question mark. What?
In the puck category, I think between the information that we have of hasn't been able to end the broadcast, which we both were told, and we have the proof of because that's been airing forever.
But he didn't
And-
end it. He paused it.
Yes, but hasn't been able to pause
Except-
it for 1,000 years.
Is this real? And I point the phone at you with the stream, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it seems off kilter.
It stopped and now it has restarted, but maybe not in the same way. This might be an illusion trick. So something has changed in Puck's contract.
Sure.
Now here's an idea. We know Puck's real name, supposedly. That could be a trick too, supposedly. If we invoked his real name right now and told him to come here and stand in front of us, he would have to, right?
Oh.
Do it. Nothing. Who has been entertaining the Bitcoin guy because she understands the mistake she made asking him to stay and try to explain Puck's contract. She's taking one for the team. Here's that and just goes, yeah, just do it.
Wait.
Thank you for being
Why?
reasonable.
No.
Stopping me.
Just do
With
it.
a goal to learning what?
That he's not at the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would see the
I
streams
mean,
continue, and he would not be there.
Ariel, you're a performer and an arcanist. There are ways.
Thank you. Ways
There's somebody
to.
at my door.
It's the rainbow
What's so
dog.
very funny, I heard the dogs and just reflexively thought, animal sound, must be mine. And I hit the mute button, and then it didn't stop.
You know
and
what's
I was
hilarious
confused.
is you say dogs. That is one dog. He just yells a lot.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's really
I
committed.
have to step away for a moment. However, please don't summon an archfey in my absence.
We all have to be
No,
present on the streams.
Okay, but I'd really like to summon an archfey. I think that would solve our problems because if
It's only a theory that he's an archfey.
right,
We're using the Molotov cocktail good place of problem solution method of we're solving our problems by creating a brand new problem.
I mean, isn't
Which,
that
to be
not
fair,
what
has
we've been
worked for us
doing
so
the
far.
entire time?
Has-
Right, right.
has
And
worked
we
for
walked
us
away
so
from the
far.
consequences of our actions off of the stage, so we're doing great. We're doing great.
you
This
like
method is
my-
working for us.
Did you guys like my song, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Did you like my song? Was it good?
so good. I start crying just thinking of it.
I was like, no, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm really flattered. I didn't know I could make people cry. I wasn't.
So good.
I thought that was just a thing that influencers faked when they were doing music. I didn't know it could do it for real. So if we're summoning Rob, nope, I'm not saying it.
Don't say
If we're
it. Don't say it.
if we're summoning Puck, ha ha ha.
Does
would
anybody
that
know how
be
to do a thing to hold them? One of the things that when you summon a thing, you need to summon it into a holding thing. Does anybody have a
like
holding
magic
thing?
circle binding circle? I don't. If anyone does, it's going to be Andy. I don't know how to do magic that big. Oh yes. I don't know how to do magic that big, but it'd be great to have. Also, do we want to, Mousy, you're chill with this happening in your apartment?
You know,
I mean, it might as well. Just
this point. Sorry, I was trying to see if I knew anything that would help.
no, that's fair. I keep perusing my spell list for. Actually, honestly, just while we're hanging out here, I'll start ritual casting detect magic, in case anything weird is going on with any of us since we left the space.
Oh yeah. Can anybody tell if we're being spied on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll hit us with a detect evil and good then, because
I'll do
that'll
detect
give
magic.
us,
I mean, you're
aberration,
all-
celestial.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
we're
we
all
know
very
about
magical.
fiend.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if
Okay.
Fido's hanging around, then I'd be looking for fiend stuff. And if there's any undead energies, like maybe La Llorona's gotten shoved into some shadows. I don't know.
I did have, what was it that is living in my mind and my nightmares forever? I have, yes,
Right.
nightmare eaters. That's the thing. I've been
Right.
trying not to think about it, Ariel says, with eyes that are a bit too wide and unblinking. But yeah, I'll do detect magic just to see if, if Puck's standing on the other side of the wall watching us or something. I don't know. People have done stranger things for investigative news stories.
I feel a bit sorry that I made you that paranoid.
I trust nothing.
Okay, detect magic. What are you looking for?
Primarily first for has anything changed with, like, do any of us, last time we did this was how we all learned we are under potentially the effects of a wish spell, which should have worn off by now, because it was a day, so it was just 24 hours. But if anything else has similarly changed about any of our statuses, if we're under the effects of something other than Celeste's we know Celeste's under the effects of something currently. That we know. We have that info.
It's wearing off. What happens as it wears off, by the way? Is there anything I need to be aware of?
But also if we're being spied on, essentially.
Yes.
Does your character have any experience with drugs?
Other than the occasional, like, I think wine in a pan-fluted dance thing, I think that no, they probably don't. Well, herbal consumption, not straight drugs.
Okay.
So they know how to, like, eat a plant to, like, get yourself a little buzz, or chop up some mushrooms so that you feel a little funny, but not something where it's potent and distilled.
Well, the good news is you're not paranoid anymore.
Okay.
You're not smart anymore too, but like that.
Damn.
But what the pixie dust did was empty out everything of dopamine and serotonin you could have ever had in your system. And now you feel like the morning after the great party where you look at your phone and you see you've written all your exes.
No. I did say a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like regret is
you
setting
were
in.
doing a lot of work on that phone.
Regret is setting in, but also instead of bad, you mostly just feel empty and
Drained.
I
think I lay down on the bed as well, just like fully. Like, I'm not asleep, my eyes are just open, but I am motionless.
I reach over and just do a pat, pat, pat on Celeste's head.
Yay. All right, continue with your check. I just needed to know what happened to me real fast.
Oh. But yes, I want to see if any of us are under any more weird spells, or if we're being spied on, or if Puck is standing in the other room. These are the three options.
No.
Well,
Actually, you
that's
feel less magic than you did before. Not just because of the wish spell. Which brings me to Irby. You were working with Detect Good and Evil, right?
Yes.
Which is basically a Detect Person spell in this scenario because you're in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this room are 4 Fae.
What about the med student and the law student?
Oh yeah, 6 Fae.
Okay, sorry, I was worried. Continue. Are there any? I'm checking all. I'm going deep. We're checking shadows. We're looking at everything. Are there? Okay.
6 Fae.
Does that mean 5-0 has left?
Left. Yeah.
Ariel, I want you to roll. What is it? A flat
If it's an
check.
intelligence check, it means that we're doing something very stupid.
Oh no, a wisdom check. It would be a wisdom check.
Let me pull that up.
I will remind that Ariel did bring a big umbrella to make sure that 5 stayed safe in a shadow while on stage. At one point, that was explicitly said.
It was, but you need 2 hands to play the mini guitar.
That is a 10. Sorry, wisdom check or specific? Sorry, just wisdom check, not any specific skill. That is a 10. Oh dear.
I mean, you had the umbrella. You didn't take it with you on stage because you were having a moment there. But like, you're always throwing some kind of shadow, right?
Mhm.
Right? You try to remember vividly, like you stood in the limelight, you stood right below a lamp, but like he's like they're gotta be here somewhere, right?
Ariel just puts their hands over their face, just that's not good. I don't trust the lighting in that studio either. Oh, that was stupid. Huh. All right, so 5-0's not where we thought 5-0 was, which isn't great. Are we summoning an Archfey? Is that a thing we're doing?
Oh, we're actually going back to that one. Okay.
Why would we do that?
I mean, I'm mostly just, I'm not sure what to do. I'm pitching it as a joyful idea, but
that Celeste should sleep off her drug-induced whatever it was.
There's not enough sleep in the world. I flop. I like go from on my side to my back.
I think we need more information about what happened with Titania, and I won't hear about that until probably later.
Oh wait, did we get the timestamp on Titania's death?
I
think
have
we
a call
tomorrow.
in, but they haven't gotten me back to me yet. Unless we could do something to further identify the rock energy, which is bothering me so much.
Why did nobody get to report on the rock?
That's right, they didn't. It didn't. It got put as a footnote into the news, which I would assume would include Glitz and Glam's news, didn't it?
I intended to reveal it on Glitz and Glam, and then he outstaged me and revealed Titania instead.
It got overshadowed by Titania.
But overshadowed.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I think
Cry a
there's
little.
something to this idea of energy, right? Titania was spring, light, fair, like we have undead, we have whatever the fuck Oberon is doing.
Check the phone, media stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's anything weird happening on social media. Actually, I will probably like wave vaguely at my phone and hope that someone else checks if there's anything weird happening on
Check
social
my
media.
hashtag.
Let's go. Mousy, it's our time. Let's go.
Give me a check.
What is your investigation, out of curiosity, Irvi? Okay, cool. I was going to give you advantage, and I may not do that and may roll separately instead. My apologies.
Do you want me? I can't
have
do
a
it.
higher
I
one. I have a
suggested
higher
doing it. I have a +7. So
am I allowed to cast guidance? Because I can also give encouraging words.
Well, I can guidance myself.
Yeah, let's go.
So I will cast guidance on one of you.
I will help Andy. Ariel is lying down, trying very hard to. Ariel is now doing a play-by-play of going. Surely I had my shadow at every point during that, and surely this is just fine in a tiny little blip. Surely I don't need to be very, very concerned all of a sudden.
You are
Surely it's
also
fine.
laying down.
Yes, I like flopped into bed when I first got here, so I think
You're
I'm
getting
just.
pulled over like a blanket a little bit. I'm going to just start
Aw.
reflexively burying myself. So you are getting pulled. There's already a pillow on like half of my head.
I'm giving Andy just half-hearted, like, yeah, enter this password and run this program. Yep, like that. You're good.
I rolled
Real smart.
with advantage already. Irvi, do you want to go first?
Who did I give guidance to?
It can
I'll
be
give-
me, but I don't need it.
I'll give it to. Well, I was
Oh,
going to say
good.
I'll give it to Irvi because you have intelligence-based stuff. So I'm going to give Malcy a guidance by being like,
Do guidance
what
is
to do.
stack?
No.
Yeah, because she would have already given.
I'll add.
Oh, you gave
a
yourself guidance,
D4
then
to
I'll give it to
mine
you.
then.
Yeah, I'll give it to Andy.
But yeah, I got a 4. Like,
That's a 27. I'm a wizard. This
yeah,
is
I
why
wasn't.
do.
That's why I wasn't really rolling when after you volunteered because there was not a point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't do wisdom for shit, but this is my
So,
bread and butter.
funny thing, both of you get the same block of news.
Great.
That there's a big turn up at the my brain just full on blanked on the English word. Let me look it up.
Describe it. What does it do?
Stock market.
Stock market. Okay.
That's the one. Ooh, yes, the economy is about to do a thing.
Yeah, the economy.
No, not the economy.
I mean,
I guess Bitcoin guy might have been right.
Maybe we should
Titania-
keep Bitcoin guy away from phones for a bit and not let him know this information.
Tanya held a lot of stock, and because since the whole thing with the donkey and Oberon, she didn't really. She had trust issues, and let's be honest, we all understand why. So a lot of the stock she held got, by her own wishes, set free, and people are trying to buy it off. Like the stock market is going crazy.
But it's also probably devalued it. So
yeah, because a lot of stock is just going on the market like that. So that's what or what you get. It's like, yeah, it's that finance stuff, not really interesting. Like, and you try to look up something else. The internet is flooded with in memoriam Titania. Some people are starting to ask, but like, wait, wouldn't she just come back because of nature spirit and regeneration and stuff? But
no, because she's trapped inside a ball. I keep telling you.
And there are wild theories. Some of them include balls. Some of them don't.
More specifically, rocks.
Yes.
To specify. It's very important.
Let's be clear.
Geodes, which are a ball rock.
Are known to have treasure inside. That's why they. Bow.
You get lost on Pinterest looking on at pretty geodes. With the 4, you get lost on Pinterest.
That tracks.
Andy, you know how to run these numbers, girl. Like, you look at the whole thing and like, yeah, there are some things about, like, there are a whole of crazy conspiracy theories, and also some people are really surprised that it's not just like, oh yeah, she just got discorporated and now she's going to be back in like 10 minutes, but like, yeah, she's actually dead. Because to kill a Fae, basically you have to destroy what makes the person special, and that's not easy. So
Which you wouldn't have
look
to
at the
do
stalk
if you trapped them again within some kind
within a
of
ball, right?
round rock shape.
That was hollow on the inside.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Obviously, all the more room for Fae souls, etc., etc.
But the beehive.
Mousy, I can see you putting it together.
The beehive at Celeste's work was filled with undead bees. And that's a big hollow thing that you could shove stuff into.
Was La Llorona chucked at my work?
I think La Llorona was chucked at your work. I think Coyote was chucked into a beehive.
No, Coyote's not undead. Let's go to my work and talk to the bees.
Let's go talk to the bees.
Okay, let's go
I'm
talk
real
to the
sus
bees.
about these.
This is
That's
a much better plan than the last one.
And then we can summon his name.
I don't know about that. But
For the beehive.
Let's summon him in front of
the bee-
Coyote so that they fight
the
each
beehive,
other.
yeah. Exactly. Correct.
I'm excited for whatever buzzing we force our DM to do now.
Buzzing.
All right, let's go find the bees. We go to my work.
Are we going right now?
Do you want
Yes,
the
let's
rest
go.
of your check?
Oh,
Or is
yes,
that
sorry.
enough
Yeah.
information?
Sorry.
We got distracted.
I was really hyped about these bees.
If there's one thing about us, it's that we will go to a place and do a thing. How wise that thing is a separate question that we don't need to look at right now.
No, but like you get stuck at the stock market thing, and like you know how numbers work, and like you're running through the stuff in your head, and these stocks are getting free and getting bought up at a disgusting speed.
Can I buy some?
You can try.
Sure. I'll buy one.
What firm do you want to buy stocks for?
I want to buy stocks in flowers.
Flowers. So basically, part of Titania's firm.
Yeah.
Like Sealing Court Incorporated? Yeah, sure.
I'm going to try and specifically buy flower-based stocks if they're available.
Roll. Tell me what you want to roll, and we're gonna see how well it goes.
Can I roll sleight of hand?
Like
stealing
to
these
really
stocks.
fast click
Yeah.
to outspeed the bots. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I rolled well. So it's a 14. That's a dirty 20.
How much money do you want to spend?
Half my money.
How much money do you have?
I don't have a number down. We'll say 3 gold. That seems like a lot, right?
Okay, yeah, you buy like 1.5 gold worth of stocks, which you know own. Congratulations. You can
And
watch
I turn.
them.
I like do it, and then I stop, and I go. I still don't feel happy about that, and I flop back down. And I've got like the law student now, and I've curled them in.
Ariel gives just a little hi to the law student who's also functioning as a blanket.
Or I'm sorry, the med student. The med student was the one that was sleeping. Yeah, I pulled the med student in.
Andy, you see the speed in which Celeste tries to buy stock and how little she actually gets, which tells you there must be bots on this, which tells you somebody planned this.
Somebody knew to prep to
Yep.
get all the stock, presumably because they knew she would die.
Puck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess there were more assassination attempts than just Coyote and Titania.
We need to go talk to the bees first.
I think we should go talk to the bees.
I'm here to talk to the bees. I think we can talk to the bees.
We'll talk to bees.
We'll talk to
Are we
I'm-
going to nap and talk to bees, or are we going to straight up just talk to bees?
No. Why nap?
Because
so we don't get levels of our exhaustion. Some of
You
us
have
are
none.
finally not tired. Yeah, no, and some of us would like to not get bored.
But it's not the nighttime yet. And sleep is useless.
spoken like someone who is a corporate intern.
What
We
time
can
is
sleep
it?
at the office.
Well,
Can we?
Really
I've
spoken
done
like
it.
someone who is a corporate intern.
I, as the GM, gonna tell you it would be a good idea if you slept, because then I would grant you a level up.
Let's sleep.
Oh. Celeste is suddenly
Suddenly.
transformed.
We all have a vision suddenly, and we're like, on second thought.
I
what
love the
if we
idea that
nap?
No.
how about Celeste is super apathetic right now, right? Like let's do a thing like gamble on the stock market. Still didn't make me feel good. What if everybody like collapses on top of Celeste in like a big dog pile so that she can't get up, and she's like, this is fine, I'll just stay here all night then.
Beautiful.
We could potentially, assuming, which anyone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, assuming that this isn't super duper late night. This is still like, I believe that I think I've been envisioning that we ended somewhere around 7 or 8 p.m. as we walked off this broadcast. I don't know if that's accurate, but potentially we could go to sleep, crash very quickly, and then we could still get up in the morning and speak to the bees before other people come into your office.
That's a good idea.
I like that plan.
Best of both worlds. Best of both
Yes.
worlds. Stronger and more invigorated and filled with knowledge.
So you all go to sleep at Melcy's place as a big stockpile of cuddle.
I kicked the law student out,
Okay.
Yeah,
but the med student can stay. The
Yes.
law student, though, gone.
is it because he talked about Bitcoin?
Yes.
And he just Ariel's the only exception to that rule right now.
Okay.
I have a personal question for us. We're level 5 right now, right?
Mhm.
Great. That was what I needed to know. I want you to know that I realized where I'd gone wrong with my HP, and I hadn't leveled up. And now I have one more point at level 4. So, that's great. 15.
So all of you get together in a big cuddle pile. Andy gets into the tissue box and put on top. And yeah, you're all going to sleep. Ariel, the thing is you only need to transfer hours. So you're awake a bit sooner and check your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
First of all, I don't need to tell you that you're famous by now. Like there are several music and record studios just going into your mails, and between offer, you see a single mail of Pixie Dust Social.
Opening that up.
Oh, it's nothing important. It's just that somebody got 51% of the stocks, and now Pixie Dust Social is owned by Glitz and Glam.
Oh dear. Uh-oh.
If only Celeste had spent the other 1.5 gold on shares, we might not be in this position.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
And with this, we're gonna end for tonight.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh dear.
Yay!
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all my wonderful players. It's been a pleasure as always. We're just gonna do round. Let's see it. Oh, we had a stretch in the chat, but I didn't see it. So maybe right now is a good minute to stretch while Evie starts telling where we can find her and what's going on in her life.
All right. So I'm Evie. You can find me at Evie Story on most social medias. And this is Vitali. He is an adorable little boy. I'm going to put him back down. He's starting to get annoyed. Yes, you can find me at Evie Story on most social medias. It's Evie Story Kitties on Instagram because that's the kitties space. I am going to be at PAX this weekend. Sorry for the pause. Had to catch up. I'm going to be at PAX this weekend. I'm actually working it, and then I will be there. So we can hang out. Fine, like that'd be cool. I don't know what the rest of my schedule is, other than I now will have work for a few hours at the Kelpie Theater. So it's the big one in the back. Other than that, I'm here. I don't have anything else happening just yet. So, yay.
Wonderful. Let's proceed with Jilly.
Hi, I'm Jilly. You can find me at OlaKidsJilly, most places on the internet. On Tuesdays, I am first at Pantsless Tables at 6:30 in the morning my time, because that's me. And I am playing a kobold named Parsley, who is a Circle of Stars druid, and we are on our own D&D reality show, where we are trying to solve mysteries and fight the bad guys and do things. Immediately after that, I come here, and where we also try to solve mysteries and potentially fight bad guys. Mostly we're trying to find where they put the rocks that have the Archfey in them. And then on Fridays, you can find me for 3 more weeks over on Exquisite Corpse Presents, where we are finishing up our season of masks with Metalliteens in the City of Tomorrow, where I play Flux Tumult, who is a Nepo Baby legacy superhero, and she is doing her best. She has been given permission to go to space if she gets good grades this semester at superhero school. So that is legally blinding. Hopefully not. Legally binding. I will also this weekend be in a New Works festival. I directed a piece called Hamlet, the Lost First Scene, with Rainy Day Artistic Collective. And you can find more information about that. It is being streamed for free live on YouTube. It is free, but you do have to sign up for a ticket so that the link will be sent to you. And then I am in a scene called R&J with Benefits. And it is about what if Romeo employed AI to write to Juliet. And it's super fun. And someone else, please talk. Please, Irvi, save me.
Oh gosh, okay, I guess I'm getting thrown off too. Hi, howdy, thanks. I'm Irvi Fitz. I've been mousy for you today, and you can find me across the internet at Caesar Slot pretty much everywhere, or just type in Irvi Fitz because I'm bad at branding. If you're ever interested in playing a game with me, you can hire me on Start Playing. I'm a GM for hire over there. My voice is cracking and I'm losing it. Otherwise, you can catch me here on Misadventurers League on Tuesdays doing Fae Inc. I am running Discerning Diviner, which is a playtest of my own game, The Residents, over on Pantsless Tables. That started last Friday. We won't be on this Friday, but next Friday. So December 13th is going to be the next session of that. On December 8th, which is this coming Sunday, I'll be running The Final Girl over on Diversity Saves Haunted Holidays. On December 10th, I'm going to be playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians on Live from the Apocalypse for one of their holiday shindigs. And then dinner and a games, winter games, is happening next week, and I'm on 3 different one-shots over there. They're doing a Cyberpunk's Red game on December 7th, Dragon Age one-shot on December 13th, and Alien RPG on the 17th. I'm tired just thinking about it. And then House of Dreams, The Rose Court. I'll be there playing Thirsty Swords Lesbians as well. But I think that's all for now.
Emma, do you want to save Irvi?
Please.
That's so many cool things, Irvi. Hello, I'm Emma. I have been playing Ariel today. Unlike Ariel, I am not very findable on social media, which is always fun to say at the end of these sessions as Ariel's findability and reach on social media grows on exponential levels. I can be found here on Tuesdays, Fish Adventures League, playing Fae Inc. I can be found at PAX this upcoming weekend, where I will be GMing. Come and play with me. I would love to play with people. It's really fun. I'm GMing a horror mystery with that's Candela Obscura, and it will be very cool. And I have been putting so much prep into it just for funsies, and it'll be great. And then next, that's how time works. Yes. Next Wednesday, the 11th, that's what that date is. You can also find me on Live from the Apocalypse, playing 12 Days of the Apocalypse of a superhero school story, which I'm very excited for. I think that's everything. Art.
Hi. You know it's coming, and always when it hits you, it hits you. Hi everybody, I'm the bard with many names. You may find me everywhere on the internet as the bard with many names. And I will be here every Tuesday, unless we're not playing, but basically every Tuesday, being the game master for Fae Inc. You will find me on alternating Fridays at Irvi's game, being an absolute gay shithead. Oh, I'm playing an absolute gay shithead, but you've got to differentiate at this. You okay, Irvi?
Who knew Bard plays gay shitheads? What a gas. Oh.
I'm also part of House of Dreams, the Rose Court, sword fighting. Wait, what is it? Thirsty sword fighting lesbians monster game? It's a mouthful, isn't it? It's a mouthful. I will be also part of Live from the Apocalypse's. What is it? Live from the Apocalypse's.
I'm not able to conceive of that far ahead yet, but yes.
Christmas party on the 21st of December. And in January, I'm also going to be here, and I'm going to take out the good old Felix Smith for Misadventures with Magic, because we're doing season 2, baby! And if you ever wanted to see me in real life and touch me and check that I'm actually a person, I seemingly have too much money, because I will be part of Conquest of Mythodea, the worldwide biggest LARP event, where I will be playing Sylvian, a bard, called Sylvian, the Nightingale of Silver Spring. So if you want to see my face in real life, touch me, and hear me play the guitar, and being the fuckboy that I am, pay way too much money for it. And that's not a plug for my OnlyFans. And with that, I believe we are done with our weekly insanity. This is one of these episodes that I have to rewatch to get all the crazy theories my players put up. And I can't wait for it. For all of you at home, thank you so much for watching. And I'm so very, very happy to have you here. And thank you, and have a wonderful evening, and we all love you very much. Bye!